It's on the plains of Auburn, Alabama. Live from Neville Arena on the SEC Network, it's the Auburn Tigers and the Oklahoma Sooners. Two of the best teams in the country, two of the best teams in the SEC. Oklahoma tied with LSU atop the conference standings. Auburn and Missouri right there, tied for third. And we welcome you to Neville Arena in the SEC Network. Jeff Shear along with former Auburn gymnast Toy Garcia. And Toy, we are in for a treat tonight.
Yes, I'm so excited for these teams tonight. They're two top-tier teams. OKC a little fatigued coming off of last weekend, but ready to fight. Auburn coming off of a major confidence boost, but also ready to fight. And the Oklahoma Sooners, you mentioned under Coach KJ Kindler, in her 19th season. Friday and Sunday they competed last week, Toy. OKC, like I mentioned, a meet Friday, one on Sunday. They're a little fatigued and incorporated some rest into their practice this week. But like I said, they're here tonight with plans to hang on to that #1 title. And meanwhile, the Auburn Tigers, under the direction of Jeff Graba, they will be without superstar freshman Caitlin John tonight, out with an injury. So the depth, it's a deep team. The depth will be in action tonight. And they're coming off of a major confidence boost, a huge historic win at Alabama last weekend. Coach Graba doesn't want them to get comfortable though. They're here to fight and show the SEC what they have. And you see that beam score, 5th in the country. Beam, a strength for the Auburn Tigers. Who's competing in all-around tonight? All Oklahoma Sooners. Not often you see 5 all-arounders, but that's when you have a star-studded lineup like this. It's hard to keep gymnasts of this caliber out of the lineup. Torres, Bowers, Fada, Peterson, and Audrey Davis competing in all 4 tonight. And here's how the Auburn Tigers will line up on the vault. In our first rotation, Huff, Shoemaker, Sarah Hubbard, a senior, Sarah Zoyce, Paige Zancan, and Sophia Bell. And rotation #1 for the Sooners on bars, it's Severs, Peterson, Fada, Torres, Davis, and Bowers. And here to start it off for the Auburn Tigers, an in-state gymnast from Hoover, Alabama, sophomore Julianne Huff. For your Auburn Tigers, let's hear it for Julianne Huff. Looking for good entry onto the table, nice execution, height, distance, and a good landing here. Yurchenko 1.5, nicely done, no major form breaks in the air, but she does take that step forward. That'll be about a 10th or 2. Julianne gets it started for the Auburn Tigers. And Danielle Severs, first up for the Sooners on bars. Oklahoma last competed here when they were in the Big 12 in 2010, so it's been 15 years, and of course, they are new to the Southeastern Conference, so this is their SEC debut in this venue. We asked Coach Kindler her thoughts on joining the SEC, and she said they've had to learn a lot of patience and focus. She wasn't quite used to the rowdy road crowds that they encounter in the Southeastern Conference each Friday night. So far, so good. Major release there to a low bar connection. You see the score for Julianne Huff, a 9-8 in the leadoff spot on vault. Full twisting double back, sticks that landing, no movement there. Great way to start off for the Sooners on bars. Severs sticks it for the Sooners. Getting congratulations there from her teammates and a great start for OU. And back to vault. Sydney Shoemaker, the senior from Saratoga Springs, New York. You see her NQS average of 9.805. Round up, back handspring onto the table, top 1.5 off. A little bit squatty there on that landing. That'll be a couple tenths deduction. We saw her teammate Olivia Hollingsworth providing support there. Good entry onto the table. You can see she started to tug just ever so slightly. before she got that block off the table, which is why she landed in that squatty position. Not the best, but should be a decent score.
And back over to the bars, it's Lily Peterson from Minnesota. Look at that NQS score of 9-9. There's the score there from one of the judges, a 9-7 for Sydney Shoemaker.
Between the bars. Nice handstand there, right over top of the bar. What the judges are looking for. Good double major release there. That was a surpass to an immediate pec salto. Nice connection and bonus. Nice handstand right on top of the bar. Accelerated giants here. Gearing up for the dismount. Double layout. Stakes that landing.
Oklahoma doing what Oklahoma does after Cedars leads off with a 9-9. Peterson with a strong routine in the number 2 spot. Lily Peterson. You see 6 gymnasts competing in each event. Top 5 scores count. The lowest one is dropped. After all 4 apparatus, the team with the highest cumulative score wins. The home team goes vault, bars, beam, and floor. The away team, in this case the Oklahoma Sooners, starts on bars, then vault, floor, and finishing up on beam. Here's Sarah Hubbard, the senior.
Nice Yurchenko, 1.5 here. There it is. Doesn't quite get that stick. But nice execution there. She took a small hop forward.
Sarah was an All-American as a freshman on the Final Four team in 2022. She has been a steady vault performer for the Auburn Tigers.
She is so dynamic on this event. She is so solid for her team. Always dependable, consistent, and that's exactly what they need as someone in the lineup, especially in her position, being third in the lineup.
You see Kiko congratulating Sarah Hubbard.
Next up on bars,
Addison Feta, talented freshman for Oklahoma.
Now from behind the high bar, huge major release there to another major release connection.
2 9-9s for Oklahoma to start it off.
Double layout dismount. Almost a stick. I'm curious if the judges will give her that. I saw a little bit of shuffle of the feet, but that's just me being picky. Let's take another look. Huge major release there. So much amplitude and height above the bar. Into that connection and double layout. I saw a little bit of a movement of the feet there. So again, being picky, we'll see what the judges give her.
Excellent routine for Addison Feta. Here is Sarah Zoyce.
Yurchenko 1.5 from Zoyce. And she just competed a Yurchenko full. I want to remind our viewers that does not start from a 10-0. Another look. Good entry onto the table. A little bit of a leg separation there. You can see she was really trying to get that stuck landing as she flares out for the stick, but did not quite get it.
So Sarah Hubbard's 9.875, the highest score for Auburn so far on vault, with Huff's leadoff 9.8. And we'll await the judges' score for Sarah Zoyce. And Faith Torres, one of the country's premier gymnasts, next on bars for Oklahoma. Here on bars,
Points of emphasis, handstands. We're looking for the handstand to finish directly on top of the bar. Anything within 10 degrees from that will be a deduction. We're looking for major releases. Every gymnast is required to have this element in their bar routine. And then, of course, a stuck landing on that dismount.
Judges getting together for Addison Faita's score. 9.895. Face bars average.
And these are the times where the girls need to stay focused and stay in their bubble. Don't let any outside get you distracted.
And Coach Kindler said that Faith has really improved this year on vault and bars, says she is uber consistent and extremely confident. Here's Coach Kindler, 19 seasons, 6 national championships for the Oklahoma Sooners. And she's certainly proud, obviously, of the 6 national championships, but she's also proud of the top 3 and runner-up finishes there, too. So Oklahoma, year in and year out, in the conversation among the nation's best. And now Faith's ready to go. And you see Addison Faita with a 9-9, so 3 straight 9-9s. Oklahoma, every bit as good as advertised so far.
So far, so good. No major deductions. Excellent form. You can see her ankles are just absolutely glued together. That is what the judges are looking for. Handstand right on top of the bar. Only thing left here is the dismount. Double layout. Oh, and absolutely nails that with her feet glued together. Very difficult to do. Beautifully done. Take another look at that dismount. Finishes with her chest straight up and down. Just no problems there for her.
Faith Torres continues Oklahoma's outstanding start tonight on bars. And here is Paige Zancan, sophomore from Maryland.
Nicely done. That was a front handspring into a front pipe. Different to see in the NCAA. Love when gymnasts take risks like that. Might I also add that was a blind landing, meaning you can't see your feet before they hit the ground. So it requires a lot of body awareness. Does take that step forward. That'll be a 10th or 2, but would rather see that than an under rotation. Have the gymnast having to step backwards.
Jeff Graves said as far as he knows, that Paige is the only gymnast in the country performing that vault. It is unique. Back to bars, and Audrey Davis, after Faith Torres, you see the score just flashing, a 9.95. So Oklahoma on pace to soar past 198 so far, and it's early tonight.
Huge release, just sky high there. That was a Pike Jaeger. Pack salto there. Moving up to the high bar. 2 major releases so far in this routine, and most routines that we've seen for the Sooners have had 2 major releases. Gearing up for the dismount. Double front, half out. Doesn't get that stuck landing. She actually looks a little disappointed about that, but that routine was almost perfect otherwise. Beautiful handstand, just right on top of the bar, you can see. Doesn't quite get that stuck landing, but she was there. She just didn't trust herself, it looks like.
To anchor tonight, Sophia Bell, after Zancan scored a 9.85.
Beautiful, your tango full! Spectacular!
And
Absolutely gorgeous.
her teammates look like they were at the NFL Combine, sprinting down to congratulate Sophia.
And if you're going to perform your tango full in NCAA, because it does not start from a 10-0, that's how it needs to look. Absolutely gorgeous. Feet squeezed together and just sticks that landing. Beautifully done.
And here come the teammates I was talking about. They couldn't wait to get there to congratulate Sophia on a fine vault.
Next up on bars, Jordan Bowers.
Everything is 9-9 or better, and here is the anchor gymnast, Jordan Bowers, reigning Big 12 Gymnast of the Year, now competing in the Southeastern Conference.
Definitely fully expecting her to increase off of that 9.925 that was performed by Davis before her.
What a luxury to know you're dropping a 9.9.
That is incredible. So far, no major deductions here. Beautiful handstand right there. Takes a small step forward on that dismount. It won't be a 10-0 routine, but it could be very close. Take another look at this dismount here. Good handstand right on top of the bar before. Takes that small step forward. Looks like she just didn't trust herself. Maybe landed with her shoulders a little bit forward.
Exhibitions now. Hannah Hill with an exhibition vault for Auburn. And Sophia Bell with a 9.9.
Takes a step back, and I want to remind our viewers that these exhibition routines do not count toward the team total. This gives the athletes a chance to get exposure to a meet-like surrounding and get some practice in.
And Coach Kindler was delighted that Oklahoma was going to be able to do some exhibitions on some events tonight, because they haven't had a lot of opportunities to do that, and because they have so many all-arounders, it gives a chance for other gymnasts to get to compete. In this case, Caitlin Smith, a sophomore from Houston, Texas.
She also mentioned in some cases the exhibition routines had beat the lineup scores. So what that means is these exhibition routines that the Sooners are performing are just as good as those that are in the lineup. Very competitive, means that the team runs very deep on every event just about.
You see the score through the first rotation, 49-2 for Auburn, 49-5-7-5 for OU.
And she could definitely make her way into the lineup with that routine. Nicely done. No major form breaks. A solid performance.
Well done by Caitlin. And it's hard to crack a lineup where everybody gets 9.9 or better, but that routine might be enough to get her in there later this season. We'll be back to set the scene for rotation number 2. Oklahoma looking very much like number 1 through the first rotation.